I think this is time to do that. I think when the swine flu in 1998 originated here in the United States, we didn't hear people saying this is the American swine flu. But then again, if it is true that China is saying that the American military gave it to the Chinese, then our president is someone that is a counterpuncher, and we know that. And so this was to be expected, that he would counterpunch,
He also
right?
makes things up.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
he
That's
does
why I
make
said
things
if it's
up
true.
to cover his behind.
Yeah.
Yeah. He also makes things up.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
he
That's
does
why I
make
said if
things
it's
up
true.
to cover his behind.
Yeah.
As you know, China tried to say at one point, maybe they're stopped now, that it was caused by American soldiers. That can't happen. It's not going to happen. Not as long as I'm president. It comes from China.
He also makes things up.
China was putting out information which was false, that our military gave this to them. That was false.
Critics say using that phrase creates a stigma.
No, I don't think so. No, I think saying that our military gave it to them creates a stigma.
He also makes things up.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
he
That's
does
why I
make
said if
things
it's
up
true.
to cover his behind.
Yeah.
This morning, Ambassador Wei Tian-kai refused to answer questions from us as he left State Department headquarters. Officials here say they objected to what they say is China's blatant global disinformation campaign on the coronavirus.
He also makes things up. As we've seen, people start punching people, Asian folks, out.
Yes.
They, will attack. So we need to stop calling it or labeling it like it's they did it to us. Mother Nature really did this to us.
Well, I think the Chinese are working very hard for two reasons. One is to basically make sure that China isn't blamed for this global pandemic, to present itself as a responsible player. And this also has a domestic component, right? If the Chinese government says it was the Americans that started it, this is a message that will go over the Chinese government hopes well at home to basically say, look, if there were any problems, it wasn't our fault. It was the Americans who spread the disease to us.
He also makes things up.
Don't let them lie to you. This crisis began in China, and that's significant. Whether the coronavirus escaped from a bio-research lab, as independent Chinese scientists have claimed, or arose in a filthy street market selling wild animals for food. Either way, China's third world health practices played a central role in this disaster. The virus grew to a pandemic because Chinese officials silenced health authorities in that country who tried to warn the public about it. Today, Beijing announced it's revoking the press credentials for reporters from the biggest American newspapers. They don't want us to see what they're doing there. And at the same time, they're threatening us. One state-backed media outlet explained that China may cut off our supply of pharmaceuticals. That would kill Americans. China is an imminent threat to the United States. One of the few upsides of this pandemic is we can now see that clearly.